Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to your final CPT202 lecture. That's right, you've made it successfully through the course. This is the last lecture, the last project where we're going to tie it all together by creating a digital portfolio. And that's it. Get everything in, turn in all your work. If you've got late work, now is the time to get it done. If you're not happy with what you see for your grade in Canvas, there's bonus assignments down at the very bottom module. Don't forget to check those out. But now it's time to really jump in, put everything together, capture everything that you learned, and really get ready to celebrate the end of the semester. So, in this module, we're talking about portfolios and putting everything together. So, what is an online portfolio? A lot of people use online portfolios to showcase their work and really create a way that they can send a simple link to somebody to see what they're about, what their skills are, what have they done. Now, this replaces the older style portfolio, which used to be printouts. They were very sophisticated. Some people got them bound like a book, and you had like physical pages that you would walk through during an interview. Well, obviously, with the online screening and application process, so many jobs that are starting to be 100% remote, having a physical portfolio just doesn't make a lot of sense anymore. So everybody went to a online digital portfolio where you had a simple link that you could include in your cover letter or in your actual resume, something you could send along that people would be able to see the work that you've completed. So this is something that I want you all to be able to do. We're going to use the work from this course just to make sure it's nice and easy, but this is a skill that you probably are going to need as you progress through your career and want to be able to show your talents in the work that you've done. So, what types of portfolios exist out there? Some people put these together as videos. They do like a video resume and they walk people through. Some people do slideshows. Other people do like a gallery. So if they're a creative artist, they might have a lot of samples of work that they've done or creative things they've done. And then other people just put this together as a simple website. So all these different things exist because it depends on what you need to showcase. What are your skill sets? What industry are you going into? Because industries have kind of their own standards where graphic designers have a specific way that they might need to show their work compared to someone who's going to be more in like business and marketing. So it's kind of about what you have to show and how you want to put that together. So what are things that you would showcase in a portfolio? Now, think of your portfolio as an extension of your resume. That's right. You have that simple piece of paper, generally one page, maybe two. You got to capture a lot of information and convey that to a recruiter or to a company. So how can you attach different works of art into a portfolio so people can really see what your skill sets are and what you're all about? Now, the easiest way to get started with this is actually using a social media product out there that I'm sure you've all heard of called LinkedIn. I 100% am behind LinkedIn. I think it's an extremely important tool. And honestly, when I hire people, I usually go to their LinkedIn profile. Sometimes when I'm recruiting people, I'll go through LinkedIn because it's a great way that people can kind of get away from that standard 1 to 2 page format and include a ton of information about them. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile yet, not a big deal, but I highly suggest checking it out. And so I just want to show you kind of what LinkedIn looks like currently. So as you can see from my screenshot here of my login page, it shows me kind of a timeline similar to Facebook, to Twitter, to these common other platforms. But remember, LinkedIn is mostly used for networking and for business purposes. So a lot of the time you're going to see what people have done for training, especially in LinkedIn Learning. You're going to see announcements that maybe pertain to their career or their company or their, the specific project they're working on. If you control any pages, so just like Facebook, you could set up a business page inside of LinkedIn. You're going to see those on the left-hand side. You're going to have opportunities to join groups, which are more social. But it's a great platform that's really evolved over the years and become that standard for professionalism and networking. Now, when you take a look here at just a quick screen capture of my actual profile page, it's got very similar things that you've worked with already this year, right? You've got your profile image, you have a header image of some kind, and then it's starting to put in different pieces of information that specifically talk about your career. So understanding that most of you are probably early on in your career, if any, in the higher ed process, there's going to be a lot of things that you maybe aren't sure what to put in here. And this is where one of the things about LinkedIn really comes out is LinkedIn will guide you in building your profile. So, what are some of the things that they might ask you about? Your experience, organizations you're a part of, certifications, volunteering, skills, and endorsements. So you can actually have people basically give you recommendations through the platform. They now have skills exams, so you can certify in different things that, states that you have a basic understanding of, X, Y, and Z topic. Languages you speak, your education. So this is where you could list Finlandia. Test scores, honor and awards, projects, and then some personal information you want to include as well. All of these complete that full professional profile that you might want to put out there that people can easily, basically search and find you and see. So I highly encourage you all to play around in LinkedIn, maybe get your profile set up so you have it ready to go. It is a great tool when it comes time for your career search. So highly encourage you to start there. Okay, now what you've actually come here for, the important part, right? Your final project. So let's talk about your brand portfolio and how this is going to look. So the portfolio requirements are pretty simple. You're going to use Adobe Spark, which you're already familiar with, to create a web page that's going to showcase all the work you've done in this class already. So you should have, basic bio information like you've done on all your about pages. You need to then have an introduction somewhere, simple paragraph about who you are, what you're trying to do. Then you're going to talk about the 5 assignments. So you need 2 paragraphs for each assignment and then the link to your actual assignment. You're going to talk about what you did and summarize what the project was. And then you're going to do another that's kind of an assignment paragraph about what did you learn about the technology or the process. So all in all here, you're going to have all the projects. Each is going to have 2 separate paragraphs, and you're going to have a graphic or a screenshot and a link to your actual project. Now, this should be a link that people could click and actually get to, say, your Instagram page or get to your Anchor.fm podcast. These should be interactive because if you were sending these to an employer, you would want them to actually go and see your work besides what you're talking about. This is kind of an important thing with the assignment because I'm going to treat it just like if I was a recruiter looking to see if I was going to give you an interview. Finally, you should have a final paragraph that wraps up what you learned in the course, maybe thinking some notes about your career, how you could apply the things that you've learned into your future job, whatever you're thinking about, just to wrap up everything nicely. So those are all the requirements. Again, they're going to be listed in the rubric, so you can make sure you get all the points, check the boxes, and then under this lecture, you're going to find the walkthrough, as always, where I kind of show you how to get started in Adobe Spark for creating this assignment and kind of the basics of getting everything up and rolling. Between these things, you're going to be able to easily take all the work you did this semester, put them into this assignment. It is not a long assignment. It shouldn't be very challenging. You should be able to do this pretty quickly. And then you're going to submit that public link to Canvas. Make sure that your discussion questions are done, all your quizzes are done. Make sure that the course survey's done. And that's it. That'll wrap up CPT 202. So I want to congratulate you all on making it through. You've done a lot of great work. I've seen some amazing projects from you all. I had a great time teaching this course. I always do. And so I hope if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, reach out to me as soon as possible. Make sure you get everything in before that final date during finals week. And I hope you had a great semester. Good luck on your other finals. And I'm excited to see where you all go in your professional careers.